times have come. Here, but now they're gone. Seasons don't fear the reaper, nor do the wind or the sun or the rain. We can be like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Valentine is done. Here, but now they're gone. Romeo and Juliet are together in eternity. Romeo and Juliet, women every day. And Juliet, women every day. Like they are. Come on, baby, don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. You'll be able to fly. Don't fear the reaper. Baby, I'm your man. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Blood on their hands, a serpent's breath, four shadows left in a house of death. A pack of wolves in a kangaroo court. Truth gets lost in a locked report. Moscow after midnight, blood on the rail. Every liar's hand on the killer's veil. The truth's a ghost in a phantom crowd. No one's innocent with silence this loud. Frat boys swear on a broken vow. Pi Beta whisper she lied anyhow. They're gonna get you said where the cameras sink. When timelines converge, don't blink. Moscow after midnight, blood on the rail. Every liar's hand on the killer's veil. The truth's a ghost in a phantom crowd. No one's innocent with silence this loud. The Orion's knife, the driver's call. Grub truck Mac for the students' fall. They fed pain a name, they fed him a lie. The hangman's rope fits the one innocent guy. Moscow after midnight, blood on the rail. Every liar's hand on the killer's veil. The truth's a ghost in a phantom crowd. Everyone is guilty with silence this loud.
Good evening, my beautiful crime family. Yeah, Saturday night, which is unusual. Rory usually runs a video or live on Saturday, but he's kind of busy right now, so I guess I'm going to do one. So surprise, surprise, surprise. Isn't that what Gomer Pyle used to say? Anyway. So we do have a show lined up, and I watched this one video. I've subscribed to this guy now for maybe a month, maybe or something. and puts out great videos. This one pissed me off, and you'll see why when we talk about it here a little bit. Let me get this out of there. There we go. Okay, so anyway, let me say hi to my beautiful crime family. Mama Five, good to see you. Debbie Gazzardo, my girl, good to see you. Meg P, good to see you. Moonflower Laza, my girl, good to see you. Mark and Betty, good to see you. And yeah, Leah, my girl, good to see you. Christy Nevada, good to see you. James Moen, good to see you. And Simply Solo, good to see you. Best of me, Shelly. I am so sorry about your puppy. Yeah, I love Gomer Pyle and Andy too. Yeah. And I'm really sorry about your pup. Shelly lost a puppy that they had for 14 years. And I'm really sorry. And I know how it is. They're part of the family, you know. And I'm very sorry, my girl. Wake Up 1984, good to see you. Ida Toes, good to see you. And Elizabeth Wagner, good to see you. Lori Markle, good to see you. Michelle Weddle, good to see you. Bev Marks, good to see you. Carolyn Wood, good to see you. And everybody's just a really good. Actually, I want to say hi to somebody I seen way up there earlier, all the way from South Africa. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. I can look up where you know, what countries and stuff, and it's cool to know who they are, though. You know what I mean? Where is that? It was way up there. Holy. Okay, let me use this instead. Okay, let me see. Where is it? Anyway, whoever you are and wherever you are, I seen it earlier, and you're from South Africa. I think that's really cool. Cryptic Conversions, good to see you. Mrs. Johnny Knapp, good to see you. Thrax Pack TV, good to see you. Suan, good to see you. Yeah, there's a lot of people in your chat, and so it's hard to get to everybody. I wish I could find that one from South Africa. Did they say anything down here yet? Maybe they said something. Yeah, Gomer Pyle. That was back. That's back in the good old days. You know what I'm saying? Those are different days. Different days. I just remember, like staying home when I was sick or something. You know, staying home from school, and my mom always, you know, Gomer Pyle and Andy was on in the mornings. You know, used to watch them all the time. That and Lucille Ball, and you remember the days. Golly, right, Miss? Yep, those are great days. Anyway, so let's get to this, and let me see which one this is. Okay, so yeah, I've been subbed to this guy for about a month, I think, is all. But they put out good videos, and I'll show you, and it's called Docket Decoder. I don't know if you're subscribed to them or not. He's got 1.24 1,000, about 1,240 subs. And let me get this up and running. Which one is it? It's this one. Yeah. Okay, so we're going back to the hearing here. Is the Kohberger hearing, is this the same car? Defense challenges state's claim. Now, this was just put out 2 hours ago. It's only got 402 views. So yeah, we need to get this docket decoder some subs and some views. And let's just take a listen, because there's some things in here that's kind of, it rattles me. It does. And I mean, I watched this hearing, you know, but when you hear it again, it's like you forget about things that were said and done and actions and body language and all this crap. This one struck a nerve with me, and let's get her rolling.
Welcome to Docket Decoder. If you enjoy our content, please help us out by hitting that like button or leaving your comments for us. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with the latest court filings.
All right, now I think we're on the make and model of the suspect vehicle. Enjoy your seatbelt.
Your Honor, this is a motion where the words do matter, where this seems appropriate. This motion, we're talking about the phrase used by the state, suspect vehicle number 1. First, this motion is grounded in Mr. Kohberger's rights to due process and a fair trial. Thinking of why we have this motion, we have to remember this is a highly circumstantial case. That's what this case is about. And one of the pieces of circumstantial evidence that the state will use.
Is this judge even paying attention to what the hell she's saying? I mean, look at this guy. Just watch him. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Number 1. First, this motion is grounded in Mr. Kohberger's rights to due process and a fair trial. Thinking of why we have this motion, we have to remember this is a highly circumstantial case. That's what this case is about. And one of the pieces of circumstantial evidence that the state will use is a video from a house on King Road, 1112 King Road. And that video depicts a vehicle. There are several views of that video with vehicles in it. The state will also use other videos that depict vehicles or a vehicle in surrounding areas. As they said in their response briefing, they do not have one continuous video loop. So the state is piecing together several videos and calling them all suspect vehicle number 1. That invades the province of the jury to make that determination. The state has Special Agent Immel, who will testify and identify a make and model of a vehicle from one of the many clips of videos that the state will use. That make and model cannot be identified from other than one view of that. This motion is not asking the court to prohibit the state from producing the videos or producing Agent Immel insofar as his testimony matches his expert disclosure. But this is about preventing the state from saying, this is suspect vehicle number 1. This is the same vehicle in all of these video clips. That's something that the jury will have to decide after they hear evidence to make that determination. This motion is important because that has been referred to, suspect vehicle number 1 has been referred to by the state in their affidavits for search warrants and other pleadings that they've written where the state has made this connection and they can't do that. This is up to the jury to make the connection if this vehicle in 1112 King is the same one that was in 1125 Ridge Road and other various places that the state intends to show. We're asking the court for an order prohibiting the state from making the reference of this as suspect vehicle 1 to state that as a fact, not to prevent them from presenting evidence in the way of video clips or expert testimony, but just to prevent them from invading the jury box when that's up to the jury to decide if that's the same vehicle, if it's a Hyundai Elantra.
Now, does anybody have a hard time understanding what she's saying? Because I don't at all. I understand completely what she's trying to say here. I don't, there should be no, exactly, Shelley. There should be no questioning about what she's saying. And I believe she's right in this. They shouldn't be able to say, and it's the same car in all these videos. It's up to the jury to decide, not the prosecution telling them that this is the same car. I mean, it's up to the jury. Yes, and AT is very clear. Very, very clear, Mama. And Marianne, yes, he's so unprofessional. He's a scoundrel. Right. Yeah, Deborah, he's absolutely being disrespectful, and it doesn't get any better in this video. Let me tell you, it doesn't get any better in this video. I'm telling you that right now, and it's push some of my buttons, and you know it doesn't take much to push a couple buttons of mine.
And if it's consistent with one that Mr. Kohberger drove at some point.
Your Honor, it is our expert opinion, who is a vehicle identification specialist, Anthony Imel. It is his opinion that the suspect vehicle, captured on various surveillance video, shares similar class characteristics to a 2014 to 2015
Similar. I love the wording.
Hyundai Elantra. He specifically relied on certain video. While some are better views than others, but he relied on all video from 451 Paradise, 1125 Ridge Road, 1112 King Road, and all the WSU surveillance to come up to his opinion. His opinion is based on logical inferences of review of the surveillance and footage, including observed traffic flow, the time of night, the direction of travel, and the camera timestamps. The jury should be allowed to hear his opinion, weigh that information with other testimony and other admitted evidence, and decide if they believe that that vehicle is a 2014-2015 white Hyundai Elantra. Of course, the defense will have the opportunity to cross-examine S.A. Imel. That's the process, and that's the process that should happen. There are no legal grounds to exclude this opinion or to limit it. Thank you.
Our request is not at this stage to limit Agent Immel's opinion that's consistent with the timely disclosure.
Look at Hitler. Look at it.
It's our request to have an order from the court preventing the state from referring to the vehicle as one vehicle in all of these clips. Agent Immel can talk about the clips. We can view the clips with the jury, and he'll be subject to cross-examination. The motion is wholly about.
We'll say that this is the same vehicle on each of the clips. That
No.
His expertise.
No, I think he'll testify that it could be consistent. I think he'll testify he could only identify a Hyundai Elantra from the 1125 Ridge Road video. And I think that he will agree that his original opinion was that it was a 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra. And I think he'll testify that only after Mr. Kohberger was identified.
Not actually true. As I understand it, it was expanded before the 19th.
Then Hitler wants to argue with her about when information was put out. I guarantee you, Ann Taylor knows more about what's going on in the paperwork than this dude. This dude should shut up and listen is what Hitler should do. He should shut his damn mouth and listen to what she's saying.
Let me back up. The email that I think was disclosed in the Franks motion to the court was that he preferred a 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra, but open up the search through 2016. Moscow Police Department set out their Be on the Lookout flyer for a 2011 to 13 Elantra, and that's what was sought for a long time. Agent Immel in that email did say expand that year. The change that there's a vehicle, a Hyundai Elantra, that's a 2014 to 2016 came later, and that came after Mr. Kohberger was identified on December 19th, and in looking at WSU footage of a different vehicle. That's putting a vehicle together much later after Mr. Kohberger's been identified, not back in November of 2022 when they're trying to identify a vehicle.
I don't think that's consistent with the facts, but okay. I think the facts
Oh
are
my God.
in the email. It was originally, let's look at this date range. And then he said, well, you know, I'm more comfortable with an expanded, or we need to expand the range through 2015. And that was well before Mr. Kohberger was identified.
No, it
Now,
fucking wasn't. Oh my God.
Bolo
This
went out.
dude.
I don't know. I think it may have gone out in two different forms at one point, but the opinion that it could be was before that time, at least as evidenced in the emails.
Oh my God.
I agree that in that email, he said expand the search to 2016, but he was more comfortable with a certain year.
Okay, so
Did you hear that?
That's-
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Did you hear what he said? Anybody catch that? Listen to this.
Expand the search to 2016, but he was more comfortable with a certain year.
okay, so
So, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So, let's do it again. I mean, I can't believe this shit. What the
Expand the search to
fuck?
2016, but he was more comfortable with a certain year.
okay, so
So?
That's,
Oh my God.
I'm trying to explain to the court where I'm coming to my request to the court.
I mean, you know what? Anne does a really good job. I would totally lose it being treated like that. I would totally lose it. I mean, the guy doesn't listen to what she's saying. Yeah, she needs, and Cryptic, I don't know if she's the one losing it. One blowing it, I mean. I wish she would be a little more aggressive, and I think that's coming. And I hope it comes really fast, because this guy is totally, she needs to take control of her case. And I don't know what to do about this judge. I mean, he's not giving her a chance to even, I mean, she has to like teach him. It drives me, he irks me to the max. It's like she has to teach him how a criminal judge should be. And that's not the way it works in this country. And why they even put this guy as the judge is beyond me.
I was asked what Agent Immel would say, and I'm repeating it to the very best of my ability. The motion is not about Agent Immel's testimony. I will be able to cross-examine him. He can talk about the videos. He can talk about moments in time where he made certain identifications and why he said what he said in emails. I can talk to him about when the focus for 2014 to 16 changed. What I'm talking about in this motion, what I'm asking the court to exclude, is the prosecutor from standing up and telling the jury that this is the same vehicle all the way through these videos.
that would violate what I said earlier about argument before closing. They may say in opening, the testimony of the FBI specialist you will hear is that this is the vehicle that is seen on the various surveillance cams. That's different.
I agree. The phrasing the prosecutor has used for a long time in this case is to call the vehicle suspect vehicle 1. And so that's the purpose of the motion. This is my opportunity to ask the court for an order, and that's what I'm doing. Thank you.
Boy, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
So I'm going to
Such a
write
simple thing.
a little something on this issue, but what's that? Did the state not respond? That was rebuttal, wasn't it? That's good.
Yes, it was my motion.
Yeah. I tracked there. My inclination is certainly the state should not be making conclusions outside of closing statement. I don't think calling the vehicle suspect vehicle 1 is making a specific conclusion. It's again using a term that is used within the investigation, but specifically making an argument that the various vehicles or the various images of vehicles on the various surveillance
He can't even
cameras
explain himself.
is the same vehicle. Making that conclusion is an argument, and so
You see how he's
that wouldn't
stumbling?
be appropriate. I think
He's stumbling with his words. He doesn't even know what the hell he's doing.
in opening, for example, you can say that the testimony will be right. As to the agent's ability to make that conclusion, I don't believe that that is an ultimate opinion of that is taking the ultimate conclusion from the jury. I think that's right within the province of expertise, and I don't believe, based on the evidence, that it is speculative. Such that the agent shouldn't be allowed to analysis on that. All right. With that, let's take a lunch break, about 45, 50 minutes, and then we will come back a little shortly before 1, but no later than 1.
So again, this is called Docket Decoder. You can look them up, subscribe, and like. I don't think they're ever going to get a fair trial in that court. I really don't. Not with him at the helm of the judge. Never. He will never get a fair trial in that court. A lot of people think that, Kim. I'm going to see what everybody's saying here. Yeah, and you know, what do you do? He might at the appellate level, and I'm hoping so. Billy, yeah, I agree. It's just with this judge, I mean, he's a civil judge, and I don't understand why they chose this guy, except the only thing I can think of, like I said in the other video, is he is there to protect the state, the prosecution, and law enforcement, and the university from getting sued, because he is a civil child judge. So he knows the ins and outs of what would be said that could be mean, or, you know, something exposed that could end up being a lawsuit against the state. And that's what he's there for. He's not. Why else would the state get this guy, this judge, who's had one murder case in his whole career, to testify? Why else would the state get this guy, this judge, who's had one murder case in his whole career, to testify? Why else would the state get this guy, this judge, who's had one murder case in his whole career, to testify? Why else would the state get this guy, this judge, who's had one murder case in his whole career, to testify? Why else would the state get this guy, this judge, who's had one murder case in his whole career, to testify? Why else would the state get this guy, this judge, who's had one murder case in his whole career, to testify? Why else would the state get this guy, this judge, who's had one murder case in his whole career, to testify? Why else would the state get this guy, this judge, who's had one murder case in his whole career, to testify? Why else would the state get this guy, this judge, who's had one murder case in his whole career, to testify He's a civil trial judge. He knows the ins and outs of what can be exposed and what can't be exposed for lawsuits against the state or the university or whatever. He is there to protect them. It's just, and you know what it really gets me is when he said so. I mean, here she's talking, and he just goes, so. I mean, that kind of shit. Oh my God. He's so disrespectful to Ann Taylor, and I hope Ann fights back. And it's going to be interesting coming up on that next hearing, because I want to see how she's going to react. Sooner or later, she's going to have to figure out that she can't be her typical lawyer self, that she's going to have to be more aggressive. Because this guy is a fucking clown. I'm sorry, but he's a clown. Anyway, I'm going to, there's something else going on too. Let me get to this here. Let me pull it up if I can. Okay, so I'm going to show Kathy's Indie Zone. And she came out with a new one a couple of hours ago. And she needs, there's not many, she doesn't have a lot of subs. She doesn't get a lot of views. And I'll tell you what, most of the views I can guarantee you are creators that they're getting a lot of their, I mean, that's where I go when I want to hear something about this case. I go to the Indie Zone, and I'm going to let you listen to this because I'll show you why. So here's the name of it. Might a second Kohberger case be opened in Pennsylvania soon? Idaho versus Kohberger. So, like I said, this is Kathy's Indie Zone. You can look that up. And let's take a listen to this.
Back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. A few weeks back, at the April 9th, 2025, oral arguments on numerous motions in limine, and specifically the motion in limine regarding family members in the courtroom, the issue of Mr. Kohberger's family being called as state of Idaho witnesses during the case in chief. And during the exchange, Ms. Massoth, one of Mr. Kohberger's counsel, indicated that the members of the Kohberger family love their son and brother, support him, and do not wish to help the state in any way, shape, or form.
I love that. And do you remember when there was rumors around that, oh, the sister called in and blah, blah, blah. Oh, bullshit. That's like these channels, these guilty channels. You know who they are. You read that and do not wish to help the state in any way, shape, or form. And that's from the Kohberger family.
Help the state in any way, shape, or form. The witness list for lay witnesses. These are witnesses that are not expert witnesses, but are believed to have some firsthand knowledge. They saw something, they heard something, they know something, as opposed.
Now, why would they be under seal? These are people that seen something, heard something, and yet they're under seal. They have the man they think is guilty of this crime in jail. And I'm pretty sure the Kohberger family isn't out to hurt anybody. Why are these sealed? Why is this witness list sealed? Is it because we're going to see people like maybe Jack Decor or Jack Showalter or Matt Moy, or I mean, the list could go on and on and on. I could sit here and name 50 frickin' people. Anyway.
To an expert witness who comes into a case, a trial, with the objective by the offering party to have that expert help to explain something of relevance in the case, such as in this case, DNA might be one area where you're going to see some expert witnesses take the stand this summer at Mr. Kohberger's trial for both sides. Lay witnesses are different. They know, they saw, they heard something based on not expertise, but their personal knowledge. Now, if the state does go through with attempting to serve the Kohberger family, they will not be able to do it with the sort of ease that they might with other witnesses that are located in Idaho, because all that's required would be to have served the subpoena on the witness that lives in Idaho, right there in Idaho. Situation's going to be a little bit more complex with respect to the Kohberger family because they are not in Idaho. They are across the country in Pennsylvania, and what we might be seeing is Commonwealth of Pennsylvania opening up another case regarding Kohberger, but dealing with the domestication of subpoenas issued by another state here, Idaho, where the prosecuting attorney will be asking the authorities in Pennsylvania to give what's called full faith and credit as a sister jurisdiction, another state, to their subpoena. So essentially what will need to happen is what we saw when BF was named as a witness on behalf of the defense back in 2023, when the defense was attempting to serve her to come back to Idaho and to testify at the preliminary hearing. As we know, the preliminary hearing wound up being canceled once the indictment was returned, as it was in May of 2023. But that's what we can expect to see if Idaho decides to try to serve with process, which would require the Kohberger family to come to Idaho. As Ms. Matha said, that there would need to be expenses paid for them to travel across the country to testify for the state. Now, this would not be the first time that Pennsylvania would be asked to assist Idaho regarding the catastrophic events that happened at 1122 King Road, because as we know, going way back to the affidavit of probable cause written by Detective Brett Payne, where Detective Payne asked to have a warrant issued for Mr. Kohberger's arrest, which was issued that same day, December 29th, 2022, by Idaho Magistrate Judge Megan E. Marshall. The problem here was Mr. Kohberger was not in Idaho. He was not even in Washington State in Pullman, where he had been living at the time while attending classes at Washington State University, working as a teaching assistant as well. He was across the country in Pennsylvania. So what we see here, and there are records that you can review if you go to this link, is that there was a case that was opened up. It was called Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus Brian C. Kohberger. And there are certain documents here. You can see the affidavit of probable cause that was signed in Pennsylvania that went to a magistrate in Pennsylvania to obtain the permission to go in and to arrest Mr. Kohberger, to take possession of his car, which Idaho believes is suspect vehicle 1. The defense has completely denied that. To secure certain property from the home where Mr. Kohberger was at the time, that was his parents' home. To take him under arrest, he was arrested and placed into the Monroe County Jail. There were swabs that were taken from his cheek, and there were other things that were taken off of his person. And you can read these documents to find out exactly what was taken from him. These documents, including the docket transcript, goes into certain of the details. That this was issued on December 30th, 2022, the date of his arrest. The case was active at the time, waiting for a preliminary arraignment that happened later that day. Case number, his name, date of birth, and other information. But what we see here also is a bit of interesting information that you might not know. Who physically went in and arrested him? We know from other court documents that it seems like it was a very dramatic arrest. There were a number of officers that went into the home. The law enforcement official who physically arrested him was Justin M. Leary. He was one of the two
So yeah, we heard that, we've heard that how they went into that house, and that was ridiculous. That was totally ridiculous and uncalled for, and in my opinion, very unprofessional. And we're all into true crime, right? We've all watched true crime for a lot of our lives. I mean, it's been a long time, but I know one of the first shows I ever really got me into it was Unsolved Mysteries, and I watched it every week like clockwork. But every case, every case, when there's a red rum and they have a suspect that they think that did it, what do? They arrest him and bring him in for interrogation. They don't let him go, across different states, for Thanksgiving and all that, and wait till they get there and then go break into their house and like with guns, pointed at the parents even, I heard. Not sure if that's true or not, but I bet it is. Ridiculous. And not to have a interrogation, to me, right off the bat, they're starting off fucked up. Right off the bat. Crazy. That's what it is. It's crazy.
Pennsylvania State Troopers, along with Trooper Brian Knoll, who applied for the warrant, who signed the affidavit of probable cause, and worked very closely with Detective Brett Payne in doing what needed to be done in Pennsylvania in order to secure Mr. Kohberger's arrest, secure the car, take items from the home, inventory them, and other things necessary that needed to happen. And we see here application, for example, search warrant and authorization signed off by a Pennsylvania magistrate judge on the 29th of December, 2022. And you see here Pennsylvania State Troopers Leary and Knoll signed this document that was presented to the magistrate. So we're going to keep monitoring this situation. What's happened on Friday is that was the deadline for the state to in-camera produce information that was ex parte, meaning the other side did not receive a copy of the information, submit it to the judge. Judge ordered the state to turn over by that date to determine certain issues concerning the calling of the Kohberger family to be witnesses for the state. If you have any questions, any comments, let us know.
Sounds like
Until
they missed
next-
sounds like they missed that deadline. That's what it sounds like to me. So maybe they changed their mind on it. I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me. Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, the judge just, the more I listen to this, and I shouldn't even listen, what I mean? I shouldn't even listen to the court hearings because I get really upset. And let's see. Right, Mrs. Knapp. Yep, that I know. And that's what it was designed for. I mean, if you look at everything, this whole case, all the way to the Othram Labs, that what they used, the designer said it shouldn't be used in a court of law. And it was designed for cold cases. And how can they allow that testimony, but yet frown on Cy Ray? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I agree with that, Casa. I agree with that. What did Heather say? I'm not really sure where Kathy's going with the whole heavy charge. Yeah, I didn't quite get that either, Heather. To tell you the truth, I'm not sure what she meant by the title in that. On that, it's kind of a little bit confusing. She's got good stuff. I mean, if you want to, I like watching her because she does the documents so well, and she knows her law. But yeah, I was a little confused at the whole Pennsylvania thing. She did say who it was that arrested them. We didn't know that. So I mean, we learned a couple of different things there. But that's what I got for today. I wasn't really ready or prepared to do a video or live until I heard that Rory was going to be busy, and he actually said to go ahead and jump up there if I wanted to. So that's what I did. And yeah, Cy Ray needs to get up there, and he needs to be right in the courtroom. I don't want him doing a Zoom. I don't want him not being able to testify and just going by that deal. He needs to be in that courtroom so the jury can actually feel what he's saying, because I don't think it's the same. I don't think it's the same, even on a Zoom. It's like, put it this way. Here's what I think of that, the whole Zoom thing, and why are they doing that to begin with? Why? We can't let Cyree in the courtroom. I mean, that's what it seems like to me. It's like, oh my God. I don't even know if I want to go there because it irks me, especially knowing Cy and Carrie and everything. It just irks me. And what he said was very damning. Yes, it is, but very true. He is speaking the truth on his affidavit. And let me see here. Let me see if I can grab this. I'm not sure if I can or not. We'll see. Okay, my computer is so full. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I know that's why I'm having troubles. Let me see here. 8:28 at 5:04 p.m. and at 5:29, and that's Saturday at 6:12 on 3:30. Okay, let me see if this is it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, it is quite long. I'm going to go through this affidavit again of size, and I'm going to highlight. I'm going to have to highlight all the stuff because we need to look at this again. Because I mean, he really went on the attack, and watching. Where am I here? Watching that video last night, it was, I think, that watched me interviewing Cy and Carrie. He really, I didn't expect that from him, the way he really went on the attack. When we talked, during the show, and then we talked backstage before the show and after the show for quite a while. And I did not get that feeling from him that he was going to go on the attack like he did. But he went after and he said what he really thought. And, I mean, this guy's been doing it for 30-some years. And he's the inventor of some of this stuff. And he knows what the hell he's talking about. And here they are, trying to make it so he's on Zoom and all this shit, trying to prevent. It's like it's like the house. Okay. It's like the house. They want to 3D the house. They want to destroy, they destroyed the house and they're going to use a 3D. That's kind of what in similarity, kind of what they're doing to Cy. It's like the Zoom is a 3D form of Cy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, man. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. And I can't wait until this trial. And if it even comes to be, I mean, there is other things out there that I've said that it might not even happen. And I'm not going to go there because everybody attacks me in my emails. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a great weekend, the rest of the weekend. And I'll be up and running again, definitely on Monday. I think we're going to have a special show if we can get some things done on that. And I'm hoping to. Yeah, so let me take a peek here. Yeah. Yeah, let's do something different. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll just do that. Okay. Anyway, I love all of you very much. My subs, you're my heart, and my beautiful mods and investigators, you're my soul, and you really are my soul. And until next time, rock and roll.
I see a red door and I want to paint it black. No colors
dark side of the moon. I feel there's nothing I can do. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I watch the world float to the dark side of the moon. After all I knew, it has to be something to do. I really don't mind what happens down with me. Unless you leave in the end, my friend. Come on. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I'll keep you by my side with my superhuman mind. Kryptonite. Oh yeah. You call me strong, you call me weak, but still your secrets I will keep. You took for granted all these times I never let you down. Someone in, float your head. If not for me, you'd be dead. I put you up, put you back on solid ground. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I'll keep you by my side with my superhuman mind. Kryptonite. Come on! If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I'll keep you by my side with my superhuman mind. Kryptonite. If I go crazy, then will you still call me Superman? If I'm alive and well, will you be there holding my hand? I'll keep you by my side with my superhuman mind. Kryptonite. Oh, no.
Blood on their hands, a serpent's breath, four shadows left in a house of death. A pack of wolves in a kangaroo court. Truth gets lost in a locked report. Moscow after midnight, blood on the rail. Every liar's hand on the killer's veil. The truth's a ghost in a phantom crowd. No one's innocent with silence this loud. Frat boys swear on a broken vow. Pi Beta whisper she lied anyhow. They're gonna get you said where the cameras sink when timelines converge. A speck of DNA, no blood, no knife, no crime. They call it proof, but science whispers, give it time. A sheath in the dark, a grainy car's glare. You can't hang a life on a maybe or there. They tracked his phone like a hunter's weak trail, but towers don't see through the night's foggy veil. He turned it off, or the signal just failed. A ghost of a theory, your justice derailed. Where's the blade? Where's the rage? Where's the why in this tale? A phantom is not guilt, let their logic is stale. If the proof bends like straw in the storm's reckless sway, then shadow of doubt means he walks free today. His car is 2015, but they swore 11 to 13. Their warrants lied for the corruption machine. If driving at night makes a killer CV, lock up the highways or we'll all be guilty. No witness, no scream, no footprints, no trail. The media's lazy script, he's odd so he'll fail. They'll paint him a monster to feed public cries, but justice dies when we trust easy lies. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, they ask you to convict on their case built on air. No weapon, no motive, the proof is nowhere. Is this the standard we dare call fair? They'll quote his degree like it's Satan's own book. He studied crime, so he must be the crook. But thinking's not killing, and driving's not sin, and Taylor's a hero, let the truth begin. They'll shout stalker, predator, watch how he stared. But where is the who said he was there? A theory's a story, not fact, not divine, and stories can't shackle his soul to the crime. Where's the blade? Where's the rage? Where's the why in this tale? A phantom is not guilt, let their logic is stale. If the proof bends like straw in the storm's reckless sway, then shadow of doubt means he walks free today. Don't trade your doubt for their rage, a cheap song. When the evidence fades and the why feels all wrong. If you can't say for sure, then you must stay set free. For justice without certainty is injustice to me.
Here to stay. Step inside, the mystery's alive. Miniature clues where the truth can hide. Cool, it was built by the FBI. Yeah, that's so odd. Get Brian facing the firing squad. Rad, on purpose, it's not built to scale. Whoa, Ashley's make-believe, let the lies unfold. Shh. Ashley's Idaho dollhouse. Fast food bags, yikes. Sliding walls make the suspect strike. Ignore evidence, switch the file. Ashley's got style with her secret guile. Let's